Calculate the working time of the machine separated by day, separated by machine, like this example. In Genesis64, we are able to specify from which day we want to take the data. For example, December 9th, 2025, and then next, the data will be displayed separately by machine, such as MC1, the 9th, the 10th, MC1-2, the 9th, the 10th. It shows how many minutes, how many seconds, calculated as how many hours, minutes, and seconds. This method is accurate because it uses the timestamp of the alarm we are interested in to calculate the machine's working time. The procedure is as follows. In the alarm server or hyperalarm, create a configuration. That configuration only contains the machines for which we will count the operating time, such as MC1. I brought in OPC, which allows us to use conditions. For example, when the current exceeds this or that amount, it is considered that the machine has started operating. We can use an expression. In the expression, we take the data source, which is the signal or status of that machine. For example, we take the current value. More than 2 amps is considered that the operation has begun, and so on. But if it is other Boolean signals, you can browse for them directly. After that, select the alarm type as digital. We can choose digital as on or off, depending on us, and then the message for each machine. After that, start the operation of the alarm server. Then go to Alarm Logger. In Alarm Logger, create a configuration specifically for counting the working time of the machine. For example, we add a new configuration. In the Alarm Logger configuration, we can add an unlimited number of configurations. In this example, I will use an existing config and then enable database logging and browse to the database where we will store this information. After that, go to Alarm Subscription and then add the alarm server. It can be on the same machine or come in through a framework network by clicking here to add new item. After that, browse to My Computer, go to Alarm, and then select the alarm server, whether it is HER Alarm or AlarmWorks64. In this example, we configured it on AlarmWorks64. Therefore, I will expand the AlarmWorks branch. We can select whether we want to take data from which area or only from which specific machine. In this case, I choose all because my config is only this. There are no other alarms that are not related to counting the machine's operating time. After that, click OK. I will delete this one because I already have it. Then Apply and start the alarm logger. It is now complete. You can take the SQL script located under this video's description, which is T-SQL. This one will separate by machine, and also separate by time, which is the date, by calculating the impact of operation crossing the midnight period from one day to another. For example, if it starts before midnight and stops at 1 a.m. on the next day, we will calculate the time separately until midnight, and then count from midnight until 1 a.m. of the next day. Separate it out for each day. I will copy it under this video's description. After that, let's try to execute it to the database. For example, in this case, it is BKK, where we store the data. In the alarm log here, there is a setting for data storage. In the Storage tab, you will see that the default table where we store the data is named Alarm Lock. Therefore, we open the database, go to the Alarm Lock table, and then Query. The name, we must change it to match the database. If we copy the query, for example, in this case, it is BKK, and then Go, and then Run. Then we copy this to use in the workbench in database connectivity. For example, I created an SQL connection under data connectivity, and then created a connection to the BKK database where I stored the data, and then created a data source, added a data source. I created a data source named WorkTimeC, configured the command, and then pasted the SQL from the video. This part will be the datetime parameter, and this one is the machine name itself. Then, if we click Next, you will see that it will detect that this machine name is the parameter that we use, and DT is datetime. Let's try to test it by doing a test command, and then enter the machine name, and then the date and time starting from the day we are interested in. For example, the 9th at midnight. After that, click Next, and you will get the data for MC1 only, separated by day, showing how many hours, minutes, and seconds. And this is the total seconds. The total seconds will be calculated into hours, minutes, and seconds. If we want to modify it to take all machines, we copy it, create another one, and then delete this part. It will no longer be separated by machine, but still separated by date. Thank you very much for today, and goodbye.